Okay, so have you ever bought a place?
I have, yeah.
Remember all that paperwork?
Oh, yeah. The closing process.
Ugh, 'cause like, why is it so complicated? Why so many forms?
Mountains of it, right?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that today.
So
We're doing a deep dive into the future of title insurance
love it.
and how technology is going to like revolutionize all this stuff.
Right, because it's been a pain point for so long.
Yes. So no more like hours deciphering legal jargon. We can dream, right?
Oh, you didn't dream.
And like less coordinating schedules with everybody to like sign all this stuff.
Yeah, it's a huge time suck.
And for our deep dive, we're looking at this article all about it.
It's good.
All the exciting stuff like digital closings, blockchain, AI.
Yeah, we're finally seeing a tech revolution hit this industry, so it's a really exciting time.
I know, it's so cool. So are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about those closing meetings.
Okay.
Like imagine you're on a beach somewhere,
Okay.
but you need to close on that like amazing investment property you've
Right.
been looking at forever. But with digital closings, you actually can.
That's the dream right there.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking e-signatures, remote notarization, all online.
All done remotely
Yeah.
at your own pace.
That sounds pretty good.
It's a game changer.
It does sound way less stressful.
Huge for convenience.
Yeah.
Right? And it really cuts down on errors, too.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Well, think about it. All that paper flying around different people, different places. It's easy to miss something.
Right.
With digital closings, everything is streamlined. It's all in one place, and it's much harder to make a mistake.
And no more trying to decipher somebody's messy handwriting.
Exactly.
Okay, but before we get too excited about all of this, what about security?
Right. A valid concern.
Because I feel like, every other week there's a new headline about some data breach or online scam.
It's a jungle out there.
So how do we know all of this is actually safe?
Well, that's where things like e-recording come in. It's all super secure.
Okay, so explain that to me.
So instead of having physical copies of documents that could be lost or damaged, or even worse, tampered with,
Okay.
with e-recording, everything is stored securely online.
In the cloud.
Exactly. It's like having a digital vault for all those critical documents.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
It's a big deal for security.
So, okay, next up we got to talk about blockchain.
Blockchain, everyone's favorite topic.
I know it sounds kind of intimidating at first,
It does have a bit of a learning curve.
but I've heard it's like this game changer for trust and transparency.
Yeah, it's huge for that.
So can you like break it down for me in simple terms?
I'll try my best.
Like what is it and why should I care?
Okay, so imagine a giant digital ledger, right?
Okay.
And this ledger, it keeps track of every single transaction related to a property.
Okay, so like a history of who owned it before.
Exactly. A complete and unchangeable history.
Unchangeable. How does that work?
That's the beauty of blockchain. It's not stored in one central location.
Okay.
It's distributed across a whole network of computers.
Okay.
And each transaction that's added to the ledger, it's cryptographically linked to the one before it.
So it's like a chain.
Exactly. An unbreakable chain.
Huh. And that's where the name comes from.
You got it. Blockchain.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. But how does that help me when I'm actually buying or selling a property?
Well, let me paint you a picture. Imagine never having to worry about forged deeds or tampered property records ever again.
Okay, that does sound good.
Because with blockchain, to change one record, you'd have to change every single record on that entire network.
So it's like impossible to fake it?
Pretty much. It's like having an invisible force field protecting your property rights.
Okay, now that's reassuring.
It's a game changer for trust in the industry.
So it's like bulletproof, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay, that makes me feel a lot better about things.
It's a big deal for sure.
But it's not just about preventing fraud, is it?
No, definitely not.
Doesn't blockchain also make those title searches way faster?
Oh, absolutely. Way faster.
Because no more digging through like dusty old files or
Exactly. Instead of having to track down physical documents.
Right.
Which can take weeks sometimes.
Yeah.
With blockchain, you have a single, easily verifiable source of truth for the entire property history.
So it's all right there in the blockchain.
All right there, clear as day.
Wow. Okay, that sounds way more efficient.
It's a game changer for efficiency for sure.
Sign me up. Okay, so we've covered faster, we've covered more secure, but what about smarter?
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
Because isn't that where AI comes in?
It is. All right, artificial intelligence is going to revolutionize this whole thing.
Okay, because we're talking about a ton of data, right?
Oh, tons and tons.
Documents, records, legal jargon. It's like a feast for a smart system.
It's true. AI thrives on data, and this industry has it in spades.
Okay, so tell me AI can handle, like, those mountains of paperwork for title searches.
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest areas of impact.
Okay.
We call it automated title searches.
Okay.
So imagine this. Instead of having a team of people poring over documents, AI can do it in a fraction of the time.
Really?
It can analyze documents, identify relevant information, flag potential issues, all much more accurately and efficiently than a human ever could.
Wow.
It's a game changer.
So does that mean, like, title professionals will even still be a thing in the future?
That's a great question, and it's something people are talking about a lot.
Yeah, because if a robot can do it all, why do we even need people?
Right. Well, I think it's important to remember that technology is a tool.
Okay.
It can automate tasks, it can make things faster and more efficient, but it can't replace human expertise entirely, especially in a field as complex as real estate.
So you're saying there's still a need for that human touch?
Absolutely. I think the role of the title professional is going to evolve.
Okay.
They'll become less focused on those routine tasks that AI can handle
Okay.
and more focused on providing expert advice, navigating complex situations, and advocating for their clients.
So like more strategic thinking, less paperwork.
Exactly. They'll be able to focus on the things that require human judgment and experience.
That makes sense. Okay, so AI is like our new coworker,
In a way, yes.
helping us out, making things more efficient.
That's the goal.
But we can't forget about security, right? Because all of this relies on technology working correctly and securely.
Absolutely. Security is more important than ever.
Because we're talking about people's homes, their investments.
Huge.
It's a big deal. So how is AI helping us stay ahead of the bad guys in all of this?
Well, one of the most powerful ways is through fraud detection.
Okay.
AI is really good at analyzing patterns and spotting anomalies.
Okay.
So if someone is trying to pull off some kind of fraudulent scheme, whether it's filing a fake deed or creating a phony identity, AI can pick up on those subtle clues that a human might miss.
So it's like having a super detective on our side.
Exactly. A detective that never sleeps and is always learning new tricks.
Okay, that's pretty reassuring. So AI is helping keep our data safe during those transactions, but what about all the other information involved, like my personal info, my financial details? How is the industry protecting all of that sensitive data?
That's a great question, and the answer is multi-layered.
Right.
We've got encryption, which is like a digital shield protecting your data as it's being transmitted.
Okay, so that's like scrambling my data so no one can read it.
Exactly. And then on top of that, we've got secure communication channels.
So like those encrypted email things.
Exactly. So all those conversations about your transaction, they're kept private and protected.
Okay, that makes sense. What about passwords?
Oh yeah, multi-factor authentication is becoming the standard now. It's where you need more than just a password to log in right.
Okay, like getting a text message with a code or something.
Exactly. It adds that extra layer of security to make sure it's really you.
Okay, so it's like double locking the door.
Exactly. We're adding all these layers to make it as difficult as possible for the bad guys.
Okay, so while going digital definitely has some risks, it sounds like the industry is really stepping up to address them.
Yeah, they know security is paramount, and they're investing a lot in making sure these transactions are safe.
That's good to hear. So it's not just about security, right? It's like this whole process is getting a makeover.
A complete overhaul.
Yeah, from those mountains of paperwork to like super fast digital closings. It's kind of amazing how much things are changing.
It's a whole new world, and it's really exciting to see it unfold.
It really is. So, we started off talking about all that paperwork and stress.
The closing process, yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like we're on the verge of this whole new era.
A digital revolution.
Right. Like I can be on vacation and close on a property.
That's the future we're looking at.
It's kind of mind-blowing. So to wrap things up for our listeners, what's like the one big takeaway here?
I think the big takeaway is that the future of title insurance is digital. These changes, they're not just some passing trend. This is the new reality.
And it's happening now.
Exactly. It's already happening, and it's only going to accelerate from here.
Wow. So the next time someone starts complaining about having to sign 1 million documents for their closing?
Tell them to get ready for a much smoother ride.
Right. Like the future is here.
The future's here, and it's looking pretty good.
It does. This has been a fascinating deep dive.
I agree. It's been great exploring all of this with you.
Thanks for breaking it all down for us.
Anytime, happy to help.
And for you, the listener, thanks for joining us on this journey into the future of title insurance. Until next time, stay curious.